Hi, it's Karen again. I wanted to thank everybody for the love and support after the first video. It meant a lot to me. I do have to tell you that after the first video, I had a kind of panic attack because, like I said, this isn't easy for me at all. So I shut down for a day, and I'm still extremely shaky, but I feel like I still need to be open and honest about this and how it affects me. Um, I haven't slept in about a day and a half. I get cat naps here and there because I'm on prednisone and that causes insomnia, so that doesn't help. And I'm just getting over a cold, which takes me 10 times longer because I have no immune system for being suppressed for so long. So that doesn't help as well because every time I lay down, I feel like I'm having a hard time breathing. I never used to have panic attacks. I was one of the most confident people you would ever meet, to the point where some people probably would have said I was cocky. Um, Having to deal with this, I kind of lost my sense of self for the longest time because I wasn't who I used to be able to be. I used to go out dancing, meet people. I had no issues doing the simplest of things. And I couldn't do that anymore. I lost so many friends and people who I considered family because they couldn't deal. And it messed with my head for the longest time. But I came out stronger. I mean, I still get crazy sometimes, but I did come out stronger because the people who stuck around, the people who showed me that they were really friends and family to me, were people I never expected. And I met so many great, wonderful new people that have shown me so much support that my life is very blessed with that. And, people don't understand how just the most simplest of things we can't do easily. My son has never known me not to be ill. And he got used to, you know, if we're going to do something, we have to go out after a certain time so the sun wouldn't be so bright because I am sensitive to the light and also depending if it's hot or not. So it wouldn't be quite as bad for me the next day. I might be tired, but I wouldn't be in my bed, I can't move tired, or my skin wouldn't develop a rash. So it gets hard because when I want to go to like the zoo with my son and my grandson, I have to pick days that it's either very cloudy and not too hot. I have to make sure I'm covered from head to toe, make sure that I have sunscreen on my face. And I never had to do that. I loved being out in the sun. I loved being out and hiking in the forest reserve and going to different things. And I couldn't do that. One of my favorite things to do was lay out in the sun. I know that's not the greatest thing in the world, you know, but I did. I like to lay out in the sun and read a book with some music on, and I can't do that anymore. There's an event coming up that I would love to be able to go to, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go because it's in a forest reserve, and the day they're having it, I'm not sure the weather is gonna be like, and I'm going to be supposed to be meeting people I've never met before that are part of my family, and the idea of that sends chills up and down my spine, and it shouldn't. So that's a hard decision to make for me. I'm debating whether or not to go, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Things that people really don't get is how it affects everyone around me. Besides, my son has never known me not to be sick. And he was one of my biggest advocates, you know, even as a small child. He would, go with me when I had to go to the ER, and he'd tell the doctor, hey, you have only a couple times to stick mom because I was a terrible stick. And then you got to call somebody else. And they would look at this little boy who was only at the time 2 and 3 and 4 when he started telling these guys that, and look at him and was like, what the heck is going on here? But he never backed down. And one time, this one doctor wouldn't give up. He was determined. It was a teaching hospital. He was going to get that stick. And my son finally got had enough, and he hopped up off the bed because he was laying in the bottom of the bed with me. It was late, late, late. It was only me and him at the ER at the time my husband was working. And he kicked the doctor and told him, you better go send someone else in. So you go in and they look at you like you're crazy. And a lot of the ER doctors don't want to listen to you. And it starts making you think, well, maybe I am crazy. And it makes you not want to go in when something's really wrong. So today, like I said, I'm not doing so hot. My emotions are all over the place. I know I'm like jumping from one topic to another. So I will let you go and just say that, keep talking about how you're doing. Keep putting yourself out there and try to get people on your side to listen to you. I now have some great doctors. Unfortunately, because of all the new rules, they're not allowed in the hospitals when you're in the hospital. But they are out there, so keep pushing. And know that when you start feeling alone and everything, you're not. I love you guys, and thank you. Keep talking.